take a look at this argument. Cassidy is going to have either an Imperial Golden Ale or a Sticky Fingers IPA. He's not going to have an Imperial Golden Ale, therefore he's going to have the IPA. All right. First thing we're going to do to evaluate this argument is we're going to assign our simple statements letters. We're going to use S to represent Cassidy is going to have a Sticky Fingers IPA, and I to represent Cassidy is going to have an Imperial Golden Ale. And we're going to use those letters along with our operators to symbolize this argument. Our first premise is a disjunctive statement. Cassidy's going to have either this or this. So we symbolize that as I wedge S. And we separate the first premise from the second premise with a single slash. The second premise says he is not going to have the Imperial Golden Ale. And then we mark our last premise away from the conclusion with double slashes. And our conclusion says he's going to have the sticky. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work from the assumption. The conclusion is false and all of the premises are true. And what we want to know is, with that assumption, is it possible to deduce all of the other logically necessary truth values without running into contradiction? If we can do that, we will have demonstrated that it's possible for the conclusion to be false even when all the premises are true and the argument is invalid. But if we run into a problem, a contradiction of some kind, we will have demonstrated that it's not possible for the conclusion to be false when all the premises are true. All right, so to do my deduction work, I'm always going to look at different parts of the argument to see if I can know anything about a given statement or an operator. So I know, for example, that if tilde I is true, I has got to be false. And if I is false here, it's got to also be false here. Okay? Because this is a single moment in time and I can't be both true and false at the same time. Now, when I look at my truth table for inclusive disjunction, I see this, that the wedge is true anytime either the right side of the wedge is true or the left side of the wedge is true, or both are true. And I already know here that I is false. Okay, so in order for this wedge to actually be true, S has to be true. But look what just happened. We've got S as both true and false at the same moment in time. That's a contradiction. We can't have that. That proves that it's not possible for the conclusion of this argument to be false when all the premises are true, and it is therefore a valid argument.